All right, so we are going to start with our first 5x7 frame. That would be the sphere. And to begin with, you should clip your reference picture to your board, and I like to place mine directly above where I'm drawing. And then you need to figure out where you're going to position that sphere. Where does it make sense? And I try and visualize the photograph as being the same type of frame as my actual drawing, so that rectangle. So try and place it in the same spot. And you are welcome to trace a styrofoam cup to get a perfect circle, or you can draw it freehand. Either one is fine. Regardless, you always want to start off light with your drawings. And the way I draw and the way I recommend you guys drawing too is starting off with general stuff. So basic shapes, trying to outline things in their most basic sense. I oftentimes go geometric with my drawings before starting to get more and more information, so slowly starting to refine it. And I will go slow at that first stage in order to get things right, and then I'll start to nitpick. So you should be outlining the cast shadow, and if you picture removing the sphere off of the cast shadow, if you could actually just physically lift that ball off, the cast shadow itself would be like a elongated oval. I would go ahead and include the ground plane, which is that kind of horizon line in the background. You want to make sure that you visualize that line going through the spheres to make sure that they actually align up. If you were to draw a line through the sphere to the other side, just make sure it looks correct. So here's what my outline looks like at this phase. Very simple, very basic, very light. I'm going to go ahead and clean up that edge, make sure that edge is straight. You can do that too. And then I'm going to go in and work on the darks. So that means I'm going to have to switch to my compressed charcoal stick. So I'm going to go to the darkest values first, and I'm going to start to fill that in. Value means like how dark or light a shade is. So here it's the darkest one. And I'm going to go to that cast shadow on the ground plane first. And once you start to fill that in, it's important that you go horizontal to make it seem like that shadow is stretching. So even when I'm painting, I will usually go kind of at the angle of the shadow and make it look like it's elongating or stretching. And I want to make sure that I'm the darkest where it's darker in the shadow, and on the edge where it starts to fade, I ease off my pressure. And I'm going to go to the background too to fill in the kind of the negative space of the background there. And that space does have a shape, as you guys have learned. And again, I'm going one direction with my stroke. I'm paying attention to pressure. I'm pinch gripping that compressed charcoal brick. Now there is some stuff going on in the background. I'm going to sort of include that, but I'm going to make that abstracted so it's not taking away from the sphere. The sphere is the star of the show. Everything else is going to be literally fading into the background. And then I'm going to use the graphite pencil on top of the charcoal. The nice thing is you can go on top of the charcoal with the graphite, but then if you need to go back in with the compressed charcoal, you can, and it still goes on nicely on top. So no blending, just doing this only with shading. It's very important that you don't put your hand in your work because this is going to be very intense. And it's also going to be very important that all your work is facing one way when you put it back into your table folder. So right now the directions are to go to the darkest values first, so cast shadow, background, and then we're going to be working on the ground plane. So that's that front kind of tabletop, if you will. You're going to leave the sphere alone for now. So don't work on the sphere. Absolutely no white, just using the graphite and the charcoal in combination. The graphite, you will have to exert some pressure on because we're going to get a gradient with the graphite too. My drawings look really rough before I start to add detail. That's why it's important that you slow down and put the time in to kind of block in or mask in the darker values first, and then slowly work your way up to the lighter values. We're going to stop here for today, and then we'll continue with this next class.